Osho, Osho.
Wow, hello.
Hello, welcome, my dear beloved.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me and letting me share from my heart. It's wonderful to have the
Yes,
opportunity. You, I also enjoy very much listening to other people. It really keeps me connected and creates such a space from of timelessness. This is always there. It will always be this love and this connection between each other and with Osho and with Varesh.
yes, yes. I want to say that I'm very happy to meet you again after some years, yeah?
Decades, I would say.
Yes,
Let's be
yes,
honest, it's decades.
yes. Let's do the Indian head, yeah?
So, we want to know how did Osho come into your life and what happened next?
Wow.
And did Biresh play a role on that?
Mhm. I thought about this question, of course, a little bit before and realized, oh, I have to look really back a couple of years because when I met or got first to know about Osho, I was 16. So that's
Wow.
really couple of decades ago. And then first, you start to hear about it. I joined a meditation workshop and people talked about Osho and we did meditations. Wow, where we looked in each other's eyes and were breathing and we saw all these things, Egyptian people appearing behind the eyes and it was also magical. So I was already like, I liked it very much. But then I was also in school and yeah, so I lost a bit the first enthusiasm about meditations. And actually, it was more in a situation where I needed help in my life because I started to go down the road of drug addiction. So I actually was a bit lost with myself, but not really understanding it totally. And there was a friend of mine who saw that, who knew about my problems with drugs, and she said, "You have to go to Frankfurt. There is this place, this center from Osho, and you have to go there and connect up with the people because there is this one woman and she works with drug addicts." And I'm like, meditation, Osho, drug addiction, how can that fit together? And that very point is the connection that actually comes with the connection of Osho and Varesh. But I went to this place, and I started to do the meditations there. And it was hard for me, kind of feeling, but I kept going for it. I kept going there, and I remember the way I was in Frankfurt and Osho was there in Pune, and it was so far away for me. I was 18, I think, at this point. And there was this, like you have it behind you, the picture of Osho, but really, really big, hanging there, and I came out of the meditation and I looked in Osho's eyes and I just had to sit down. And I think I was just crying my eyes out for hours and everything disappeared. And I had this look in his eyes and I just had this amazing feeling of trust and connection. And I knew from that moment everything would be okay. Everything would be working out. My life can change because there's something else, besides drugs and what I should do in life and who I should be. There was something else. And I never forget that in a picture eyes can become alive. And I never could experience it like this ever again. It was just a portal moment. You you know his his eyes,
One look into your eyes.
Yes, exactly. And then, wow, it was like, wow, that was motivation enough for me to kind of say, this is the beginning of something else. And I also managed to go to Pune. And yeah, same thing, like you have to meditate, 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 and then you get a name after months if you did it, if the center leader said, yes, she did it. And so I got also the letter back and I got a name. So I went already with my new name to
What's the
Pune.
meaning?
It means Anta Sangitama means inner harmony. Like Anta for inner and Ma is the mother and Sangita is the song. So Sangitama, the mother of a song, is the structure, the harmony that holds it. Wow.
Same
And
family, yeah? I'm also
yeah,
Antar.
you're an Anta too. You,
Yes.
yay! Yeah, yeah. Most people were Prams and Anants and Dians. Anta, nobody knew Anta, and I was like, okay.
I'm Divan. I'm
Deepa also, yeah.
Divan Divya.
Wow.
Celestial life.
Say it again.
Celestial life.
Wow. Wow. Okay, and Abiru is?
Fearlessness. Actually, right now we got new names from another sannyasi, enlightened one. He's from Norway. His name is Swaha. My name now is Sufi.
Ah, okay.
My name is Amina.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It means that I'm safe. Amina, it means I'm at home, I'm safe, I'm protected. Beautiful, so beautiful.
Yeah.
He is a flower of Osho. He is very, very
Beautiful guy. But tell
beautiful
us
guy.
more.
I can't describe it
Well,
in
yeah, I
words.
heard actually from other people already about him somehow. So
This pure
Awesome.
love. It's
if
pure
he
love.
carries the love, huh?
Yes, pure love. I must tell you, I never felt so happy since I was in Pune with Osho. And that's beautiful, beautiful, really beautiful. But tell us more about your
Wow.
story. That's
Your
what
story.
we are
Your
here
story.
for.
Yeah, that's
And
really.
then, did you take sannyas in Germany?
Yeah, so I got there the mala from the people there who became my friends. They were really like they became my family, and I also went to live there and I worked in Frankfurt so that I could get the money for the flight and everything to Pune. Yeah, and somehow it was actually really going well. Even, my mother came. I one time phoned her up, Mommy, can you make some Apfelstrudel and come along? Because she was good at making it. So my mom was like, okay, so she was like, what? Am I going now to this sect from this guru in India? This one? okay, I make Apfelstrudel and I come. So she,
Beautiful.
at that time it was really like, whoa, what is that? But she came along and we had an Apfelstrudel party with her, and somehow things really went okay, also that part, my parents, I could take along. I went to Pune, and I was, of course, so excited to see now Osho in real. And flup, what happened? I think just a couple of days before, the place, the Lao Tse house, was closed, and he would just do satsangs where he doesn't talk anymore. Now I was really like, oh, I was so disappointed. You can't believe it.
Was this in 1989?
It was 80, 1980, it
89.
was 80, 81 around,
Ah,
yeah.
81. Ah, okay.
80 or 80, it was just before he kind of went away. So I just like, he was there, but he did these satsangs, and yeah, a huge hall and a lot of people there. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, at least I can see him, and I had a lot of expectations, but none of that kind of happened. But whatever, I thought it might poof, and then everybody's enlightened, I'm enlightened, something like that. But actually, what happened was like, it was like the people were waiting for Osho. I was waiting for Osho, and all this excitement was there. And all of a sudden, it was like an energy shift in the whole atmosphere. I think even the birds and the insects, they started waiting. It seemed like every sound disappeared, and this energy came in with Osho that just took over every of my senses, And I think that happened with everyone. And then just the heart opens, and I think, wow, I was like so taken, so in awe, the same feeling, like looking in the eyes. It was just there, like, oh, thank you that I can be there in this moment and see him and feel him. And it was really, really wonderful that I could be there and meeting him. And then soon he went to whatever, I don't know anymore where he went, because I went into the group room, working on myself, basically. Yeah. And I really had a hard time working on myself, and it was not so easy. And I really felt, when it came down to me, quite closed off, and I could see that, and I could see my wish to open up more and keep working on myself more. But yeah, Osho wasn't there, and the people in Pune didn't feel so close to me. I felt lost, basically. And at some point, I met someone that said, you have to meet Varesh. So I went back to Frankfurt, and I have to meet Varesh. And then the person there said, but you don't have to meet Varesh, this one therapist that works with drug addicts. You haven't met her yet. And she was trained by Varesh. So she really, really helped me to understand myself better and get me ready to go to university, basically. At that time, it was another name, and I don't remember which, but there I had the feeling like, oh, I need to go to somebody that understands this feeling, this deep isolation that I still carried with me, as I felt that was this heart of the drug addiction. And so I was really looking for somebody that I could open up to as a person, not only the white universal love, but also I needed attention. I could see that in that moment, and that's how I got to university. But before that, I met Viresh in person, and somehow they arranged without me really getting it that I would meet Viresh, because the Mada Center where I was living, they all said, we are going to the Osho, to the Bhagwan full moon affair. And it's in Berlin, and we're all going there, and you all have a job. So we all went there from the center, and my job was to stand outside the door of Resh and make sure nobody comes in or out while he has the session. Wow, and I thought like, wow, great job, you know. And when the session started, I was standing inside and I was up there looking what the other people did, really safe. And I was like, oh, wow, oh my God, you know, oh, wow, you know, people hugging each other and really getting so honest and close with each other. Wow. And then I looked, and then after the session, I was like, no, well, I have to stand on the door. I should not get down there. And no, I was scared. And what happened? Viresh came up there all the way to the door. And I was like, oh, he wants to go out. And then he went there and he looked at me, and he looked at me. He actually went to see me. I was like, what? And he was like, you have to come to my place. And I was like, well, somebody must have told him what's going on here. And I was just like, okay, I'm coming, you know. And he was like, good. And then he gave me a hug, and then he went back down. And I was like, oh my God, I never felt so much love and care. And, you know, he left this whole group there, and just to say, you better get your ass moving and come and work on yourself. So yeah, that's how my connection is with meeting Osho, and then also really getting in touch with Viresh, who was just really there helping me with my problems and really seeing me. It was like unbelievable for me that happened, you know. There was really a big group. Oh shit! Yeah, yes, man. That was there 3 months later. Yes.
Yes, I would ask you about how long did it take to you to be there at Human University? 3 months,
Yeah.
yeah?
I
And then
ac-
everything started there.
I focused. I was like, oh, here everybody says you have to go there, so yes, I'll do that, because I knew, like, I was walking a thin line. You know, anything that would throw me out of balance. Yeah, my name Inner Harmony, and as you know, Varesh would always say, you only understand your name if you can see the other side of it. So inner balance, I was complete outer chaos, very shaky, with connected to drug addiction, and so I really needed to work on myself and understand the underlying mechanisms there. So yeah, and
Wow.
that's how the therapy began for myself. You know, that I really spent a lot of time there. Actually, I knew I would want to be there because it felt like, yeah, it wasn't so wide and widespread. It was like a clear place, a community with so many people, so present, so alive, and so clear and honest. That was very impressive, that they were just honest. Hey, I like that. I don't like that. No, this is not good for you. This works well for me, you know, like really present. And okay, I give you all my judgments, and wow, I love you. We did
Mm.
the therapy for hours and hours to really learn to let go of all of our things that we're holding on, and was an awesome community of 130 people working together and doing therapy together, and at the same time building up the place, make it beautiful, painting it, and at the same time using it to really grow on ourselves and with each other. Unforgettable, amazing time, I would say.
So you stayed for many years at the university, yeah?
Yeah, I went back first to arrange more things, a couple of months, but saudade,
Mm.
I went back as soon as I could and allowed myself in. And I was always scared. Oh, also what could happen, because you never know. There was all of a sudden in the middle of the night a meeting, and things got addressed which were important, and we learned to understand that people are more important than what we do in our life. People are more important than our jobs, our position that we get, being in charge of something or not, The person is most important, and you give everything to that person. And that was really the journey for me to learn to actually feel that I'm ready I might become a therapist, because in the beginning I did not want to feel this care and this love with people that was coming from my isolation and the drug addiction time. There was this, I don't want to feel this, and I had to to go through a lot in order to understand that I don't want to feel other people, that that's actually something is in me that I don't want to feel. And I have 1,000 answers what it was, but that was actually not important. Important was that I learned how to change it. And I got really confronted always, that work to get the confrontation. Hey, now you're isolating, you need to come out, you need to do something. And that worked for me very well.
Yeah.
Otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here. So wow. I got so much support and so much help, for every person, that I can only wish that they get so much love and so much support in this situation from a community that's straight from the heart. That was really amazing. And in the beginning, I was very resistant, because I said, well, I'm not using drugs anymore, so I'm not a drug addict. So, and then Varesh would come and say, once an addict, always an addict. And I'm like, no, I'm not an addict. He said, no, but it's about caring for each other. And I first was very resistant, but he didn't stop showing us what we needed to do, that we needed to care for each other, and that we needed to confront each other and see what's going on. And it took me really quite a while, to the point, he would go with us to a funeral. He would do everything to make us see that if we don't care for one another, we let ourselves down. It was like really down to this point, where we needed to see what we do with our life. That was the addiction part. And when I then felt that I really care, it was feelable, it was visible, I was different to people. And then eventually I also became the supervisor of the program. And then I felt really like, hey, something is changing. So, and I went then for becoming a therapist. I thought like, yeah, it's like I'm moving to the other side now. And that was, I could never have done that by myself. I needed lots and lots of help, and it worked out. I thought like, wow, yes, now I can do it. And so I was ready to go into other fields of healing and body work, things like that interested me. And then also where I decided, hey, I want to be there. I want to become a therapist. I want to live at University. This is my life, my heart. Yeah.
That was my question that I wanted to ask you. How did you
That's
become an university therapist? So,
yeah.
Yeah,
You can.
yeah. For me, it's like a river. It always came out of myself. Okay, yeah, I can handle myself, and then I feel okay. Then I can also take that step, and it becomes a wish from my heart to also help other people, and this a little bit more confidence that that's possible, that I can actually do that. When other people see it in myself, then I can trust it. It's not only that they see my shortcomings, but they also see my qualities. And because the shortcomings is very easy to see anyway, but to have people that mirror the love that is in you, a community places that mirror love, they are very much to be cherished.
Mm,
They're they are wonderful.
beautiful, beautiful.
So yeah, that's how I got to want to become a therapist, and I really loved body work because it kind of I could feel the effect instantly, of becoming lighter, of becoming emotionally fluid, and not anymore being so isolated within myself, so withdrawn. The way I react when I feel hurt, then floop, I'm inside, and the body work just kept me in a flow and kept me expressing what I needed to express with to other people, so that I could also feel it myself and see it myself. And it was a wonderful time because I had a teacher like Varesh, who is just such an excellent body worker. He always tells about the times he worked with Gerda Boysen, who is just how do you say, a coryphée of body work for me. From her, so many people took their wisdom. She could activate orgasm reflexes through body work and create a whole body connection in such a way that you could feel love and ecstasy streaming through your body and letting your body completely be taken over. And Varesh knew all these exercises that he did, really, because he could see people so well. He just went to the point right away. And sometimes it was like, whoop, you had to kind of slip to the moment where you want to hold on to the pain, and with everybody you go through it and the body opens up and you're in bliss. So I was like, wow, I want to learn this. I want to do this. And many other body workers that have learned from him, I learned also from the bioenergetics way, the rebirthing way, and it all fitted so wonderfully to each other, with each other, the Eastern healing. Yeah, it was just like a paradise, to learn, and it is a paradise to learn about healing and body work, doing a therapist program where so many people with so much knowledge are together there. You don't have to travel there and there and there. It's all there. Eastern healing. Wow. I learned about about shiatsu, all the ways of eating vegetarian through macrobiotics and all the balancing arts that are available that were all new in that time. And I could feel how they find a place within me. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
A wonderful time, yeah.
Viresh is a master of on his own and loved Osho and lived Osho his own way. We honor and respect that. How do you see it, this connection with Osho and Viresh?
Yeah, Varesh's love for Osho was just so present all the time, and I always remember just when he took his mala, it's like in a group, and we were all like, oh my God, wow, cry, this, and he would go like, tuk, 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 like, hey, is the connection going? And he would like, hello, Osho. Oh, everything's going all right. Hey, everything's going well. Osho says it's going great. So and then we were, good. And yeah, for me, personally, I felt, of course, Varesh much more available, more present for me. And this is really what I needed, that somebody can really see me in this moment. And so this love for Varesh is for me very present, and that gave me also the connection, another connection to Osho again. Like I had this energetic and experience with Osho, but the practical part I felt comes from Varesh, and understood, hey, okay, Varesh works for Osho, so yeah, you do as Varesh says, and you're safe in this love cloud that they create. And I'm always touched to when I see how much Varesh loved Osho, the tears. I didn't see anyone else getting tears when they see their master, and to be so personal with everyone, so much always bringing himself in, and also being honest, like what's the difficulties, and what is not, what you have to be aware of and learn. And that was so freeing in a way. So I think that yeah, everyone could see how much Varesh loves Osho, but also the thing is how much Osho loved Varesh. That I find the most amazing part. And I was once able to be in Oregon, and there was this long line, of people waiting for Osho, driving by with his Rolls Royce, and we all went from university. After a long time before, we would always go to these demos. We want Bhagwan in America. We want Bhagwan, then at some point, yeah, we were in America, and we were all waiting for Bhagwan coming along with the Rolls Royce, and Varesh was there, and we were waiting, oh, Bhagwan is coming, or, like, wow, and standing there, 1 hour standing there, hot. 2 hours standing there, very hot, waiting in excitement, Then he drives by, and you see the car coming closer and closer. And what happens? He stops when he sees Varesh. Wow! And we were, oh my God! And he was like smiling at Varesh and standing there and making this connection. And it was like, oh man, they love each other so much. And there were these thousands of people, and Osho just sees Varesh immediately. So no wonder that Varesh couldn't hide in the back row, as he always described. He tried to get a little bit in the space in the back, and so there was so much love always coming from Osho, because of course Osho can feel the truth and the aliveness and the love, that is in people. And to see that I could witness that kind of deep love is a very big gift in my life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a witness of this love. I was in Japan about 3 months after Osho left his body. I was in Pune, then I went to Japan, and I was kind of in a vacuum, what's gonna happen now without Osho? And then a friend comes and plays music called Osho's Delight, where Viresh speaks about Osho, and he says, this man is a gangster. He can transform everything inside our hearts. And then I just started crying and say, this guy is Osho, and Osho is alive with him, and he's gonna spread it all over the place. And then I couldn't stop crying. So beautiful. That moment I connected with Viresh. Listen, cassette tape,
Wow, yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. I can really relate to that, yeah.
Yes, I'm sure.
Could you tell us about your work with healing?
Yeah, the work with healing is a special story. I always loved body work, which also is for me healing work, and because it makes the emotional body and the physical body so open, so transparent, nothing gets stuck. But at some point, what happened was that I was becoming ill, and I got meningitis, which is an inflammation of the outer layer of the surrounding skin of the brain. And so that was kind of like really twisting my whole reality around. From what was strong became vulnerable, and me kind of feeling all I thought I am wasn't there anymore. I became a different person. The soft things needed to appear in my life, the really, really soft things, sensitive things, which stillness, slowing down. A part of me still kind of trying to catch up because slowing down is sometimes still an issue. But yeah, at that time it was like a complete turnaround. And there I got to meet Osho's doctor, because Varesh, he had actually asked Osho's doctor to come and take care of the staff and take care of him and the staff. Varesh had met Dr. Sham Singer in London and received some sessions from him. He works with acupuncture and Ayurvedic diets, and also like really has his own unique way. And is like he loves Osho too. He was with Osho on Mount Abu you know, and supported him all the way to build up Pune and everything. So he was for me like also a person. Oh, I want to learn from him. You know, he was like very much like ahead of things, saying that things can be healed naturally when you're in touch with yourself, when you are freed of your conditioning and so forth, you know. And he did acupuncture sessions that just left you really in a space where you felt like the energy would reformat itself totally new. It was quite amazing. And then after I had this meningitis, I got the permission, or Resh said, you got to write a book about him, you know, go and see him. And so I had the chance to go there and actually go through his whole library, you know, and look at all the books and also interview him and learn from him, receive sessions from him, and also start to assist him. And he always said, when you do healing work, come in clear, never hesitate. Just really follow your innermost impulse, your intuition. Then knowledge and energy can move as one. The moment you hesitate, then you're not aligned anymore. So much for me was to see how clear he was and how his energy always went from person to person, and without thinking, to keep the heart open and say, oh, yes, I look what I give you what I can feel is best for you. Yes, you too. Yes, you too. I give it to you, you give it to yourself, and that can create the healing. And I learned a lot of wonderful ways from him, and the ones that are really that were so wonderful was that he had certain diets that helped people to cleanse the body, and it was so-called monofasts. That was one specialty of Dr. Shamsinger. That means just with one food you heal yourself. You give the body just one thing that has a certain healing quality, like for instance watermelon. You give a watermelon, you eat watermelon, and you do that for a week or even 2 weeks, and slowly the body starts to rebuild the kidney system, all the urinary system, everything connected with water, because in the watermelon there are all the diuretic parts, but also the parts where you take up the water in an organic way. You know, the sweetness lets the cells take it up and flush it through the capillaries in the kidneys, and you start to renew all the cells somehow. That's how it felt for me when I did it. I love watermelons. They felt like always like big steaks to me, you know, like this. And that was one thing. And then I started to experiment in his place, you know, where I was writing on the book and doing all the diets, red onions, eating red onions for a week. That's quite challenging.
Only onions.
Yeah. As a soup, you know, with chili and coriander, and we would eat it, and then we had these little bird eye chilies in it, and we would then make a contest who can eat the most bird eye chilies, and like crying from under. It was so much fun, you know. And the most known was actually the grilled orange diet that he brought from the Chinese monks, because I think way before he got to meet Osho, Shamsinga was one of the first people that went to China. He took a translator and he went to Chinese masters and he learned from them about acupuncture. That's so way before. Now it's all known, but it was really in a time where he was avant-garde there, and he came back with all this knowledge and that he had gotten through translations, even, like really straight from the Chinese people and the monks. They said, if you are sick, you need to eat grilled oranges. He saw them doing that. They put oranges, cut them in half and put it over the fire. And then people who were really, really sick, they would start to eat it, and recover from their illness. So he saw in it like, oh, that has such a healing and effect and cleans the blood and also has a very good antiviral effect.
Wow.
And that was really, yeah, people would report a lot of wonderful things about healing if you ate a week or 10 days only grilled oranges. Yeah. Organic
Wow.
ones, of course, And the thing is, it tastes good. You can eat as many as you want. Uh, and you can also make a pulp of it, or make it as a juice, or eat it as a whole fruit. So there's a lot of variety on it. You can also put some cumin on it. So if you,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Yes, I have a personal question. Do you give sessions online?
yeah,
Yeah, wow. That's good to know. Yeah, it's
yeah,
good to know. And we want to talk about it, but personally. And I think
yeah.
I'm gonna mix two questions here, so we don't have much time.
Oh, okay.
Could you tell us about the healing meditation, vibration, and also do you use music as a tool for that?
Yes, yeah, that the healing vibrations meditation came to me because of that, basically, that I wanted to start to integrate uh, healing mantras because, it's like I had gotten in contact with this world of mantras, which because I needed to soften up. So I needed to do softer things. So I got in touch with this world. And one night I woke up and it was like a voice saying to me, you need food for your soul. And that's music. And that's the mantras, And it was really, wow, I'm undernourished. I felt really like I'm not getting enough of this divine love. So I started to really practice it, and also at the university, in the community, there were lots of people interested. So we would meet in the morning before work and sing mantras or heart songs, that we know from Osho songs. We would sing them together. But then I felt the need to kind of bring it all together and created this meditation where you first open your body through shaking and then go into a mantra of forgiveness and let things come up, because forgiveness is such a wonderful tool that when used right, it brings you out of this, oh, I have to forgive or I have to be forgiven, something's wrong, to a place where you see forgiveness is really just the issue that is needed in the world since quite a while. Couple of, yeah. And that to see, yes, whatever I've done or other people haven't done is actually all part of a plan to go to a complete different space, the space that Osho talks about, the love space, and where forgiveness from the heart is just like the biggest pleasure you can share with each other, rather than coming from this point of wrong and stuff like that. So that I would put the Ho'oponopono mantra in it, and then also use acupuncture points for tapping to actually rebalance afterwards the body. And then in this rebalancing, feel unity and presence, and using this presence to actually say, okay, in this presence, I invite love to come to me. And there I also find music really a wonderful tool. It's like a radio station. You can always choose what your nervous system wants to consciously hear and brings to you. And as we know, we will always try to prove ourselves right. And so why not prove right that there's love everywhere instead of that there's wrong everywhere? Yes. So you put a loving song on that opens your heart, or you sing about forgiveness, and it opens the space for forgiveness fields to really settle in you. You are then the radio station, and when you sing with others, then it's like a big radio station that sends out a lot of love to other places, and that gives me a feeling of, yeah, we are all connected, and there's always a way to create more love in any situation, however it looks like. And that I find really a wonderful thing. And I also know that when you create these healing vibrations, it goes in every cell of your body and rearranges the DNA in such a way to its original form, because we have the original all the health information in all our DNA and in all our cells with it, because that's where it is. And to actually let the information of love vibrate in us. The station is also absolutely healing and very pleasant experience. So, and to actually have a meditation that is on with these lighter feelings connected, and yeah, for me it was something I liked to do every day, and I thought, okay, let's do it and share it with everybody, because what I like, maybe it's also nice for other people. And yeah, and I think the world more and more starts to vibrate with it. When I see now how many people are singing in the world, oh boy, I want to be there in outer space, and sometimes listen. Imagine we do the Gayatri mantra every Sunday together. How does it sound, if you're in a satellite and you listen to Earth? It must be amazing. Of course, we know the sound of Om is always hearable or audible, but yeah, just the idea that a whole planet is singing, it's just so wonderful, so joyful. and it's happening. It's happening around your area, it's happening in Europe, everywhere. People sing mantras, sing heart songs, get together, forget about that they've learned if they can sing or not, and they just wanna bring in the heart into their life and learn how to also use it to let go of things they don't need anymore. And I think that's a wonderful, very useful tool to get there, to just shift into another frequency, to tune the radio.
Mm. Mm.
So that's music and healing.
That's great. Tatsavitu Vareniya.
Yeah.
And how do you see Osho's legacy, Osho's and Viresh's legacy today?
Yeah, I think first of all the world would not be as it is. They had such a huge influence. I see it everywhere that what Osho was lecturing about, many people could transform it and make it their own. So the way children are treated is changing. The way we look at elderly people is changing. Yeah, many things are completely taken in. Yeah, just the idea that by now 40 years ago when you would say like I'm doing yoga, and then they would look like that's a weird person, if you say nowadays, oh, I don't know yoga, there's what, you don't know yoga, you have to do yoga course, you need to do that, and the same, comes now with dynamic meditation, before was, that's weird stuff, and it's like, wow, dynamic meditation, or the Aum meditation. I know many people that just say, oh, I need that space because I need one place in a week, one time where I can feel just alive in myself, and then I can take out my aliveness back into what I'm doing, So for me, like the work that is still living and the vision is so completely alive. And I think in all of us that have any kind of contact, had any kind of contact with these beautiful masters like Osho and Viresh. And Viresh is for me just like such a practical master. It's like, hey, how to really bring love in to your life, friendliness, honesty. Hey, I have a meditation, the Aum, meet each other and show who you are, and you always come out feeling so much more cleared up and clean. And so yeah, I guess we are the legacy, but we are also, we did the work, and we do the work that they suggest and that they have done with themselves so that they can pass it on.
Yes, thank you. Well, I think we are coming to an end, but before that, would you sing for us?
Yes, I love to do that, and it's just singing for pure joy. It's like and because I love it so much, I said to some friends, hey, would you like to come also and sing with me? Because it's like not a, for me, singing is not a performance. Singing is something that we share together. And even I have an online group that I sing with, and it's really, you think, how can you do it? Because you have to mute yourself if you want to sing along, so you don't really hear everybody. But that just gives such a clear understanding that energy is not confined to space and time, but it's a direct connection, and that comes with singing. And here are my friends. Look, 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 look. Yay!
Hello! Welcome! surprise.
Yeah, that was my little surprise.
Okay, let's go for it. Beautiful.
Wanted to play with you one song from the Healing Vibrations meditation, which is the last song basically, and it's actually a Buddhist mantra translated into English, and I put a melody to it basically. Ah. I wish myself well, I wish myself happiness, I wish myself peace, and I wish myself to be loved.
I wish myself well. I wish myself happiness. I wish myself peace, and I wish myself to be loved. I wish myself well. I wish myself happiness. I wish myself peace, and I wish myself to be loved.
I wish myself well, I wish myself happiness, I wish myself peace, and I wish myself to be loved. I wish myself well, I wish myself happiness, I wish myself peace, and I wish myself to be loved. I wish myself well, I wish myself happiness, I wish myself peace, and I wish myself to be loved. La 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 la. Myself well, I wish myself happiness, I wish myself peace, and I wish myself to be loved. I wish myself yeah, and when you overflow with love that's inside your heart, there's just one thing to do, that's to share it. Yippee, yoo-hoo, yeah! All the confidence, the love that you got from all the masters around you and above, and the one that sits in front of you, everyone's a gift. Yoo-hoo! So, I wish you well, I wish you happiness, I wish you peace, and I wish you to be loved. I wish you well, I wish you happiness, I wish you peace, and I wish you to be loved. Oh, I wish you well, I wish you happiness, I wish you peace, and I wish you to be loved. Oh yes, I wish you many smiles, and I wish you loads of hearts. a purpose in your life, because you are alive and waiting for la 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 la. I wish you happiness, I wish you peace, and I wish you to be loved. Hey everyone, woo! I wish you well, I wish you happiness, I wish you peace, and I wish you to be loved. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I wish you well, I wish you happiness, I wish you peace, and I wish you to be loved, 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 loved. Oh, I wish you to be loved, yeah, 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 yeah. Doop, 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 boop, doop, doop. Yes, I wish you to be loved, 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 loved. Yes, I wish you to be loved, 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 loved. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you to our master Osho. Thank you to Varesh. Thank you, Abiru and Divya. Yoo-hoo! Doobie doobie doo. Thank you, Arosha, because you played so beautiful the flute, yeah, like a bird in the tree. And for Pratik with a loving, beautiful, straight from the heart voice. And with all our enthusiasm and love. Woo-hoo, you are here. Jimana. Jimana, not Jimana, Jivana. Woo. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you, beautiful ones. Thank you so much, Sangitama.
So much. So good.
Yay,
Thank you, all of you.
thank you that we could sing together with you. We could also feel you are in there and we're singing together and enjoying this beautiful love connection that we have thanks to our masters. That also is part of the legacy, that we actually, without knowing each other so much, we have just, we know each other and we have the love for each other. Isn't that amazing? That's only possible. It's a world that we never been taught, but we got the love and we can experience it. So thank you so much that I can feel that. So there's no distance, there's just love and joy, because we have the same radio station.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.
Love you, love you, love you.
Love you.
So much, man. We give you a hug.
Ciao, ciao, Bella.
Dui, dui, dui.